Hey, everybody. Welcome to the VGrillers Podcast. I'm George, your host, founder and CEO of VGas, the vertical grill accessory storage system. And I'm here with my co-host, MrFlavorsmith.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show.
And we got a super special guest for you today, Mr. Joe Barragan, Barragan's SD. Joe, welcome aboard.
How's it going, George? Nice to meet you, MrFlavorsmith. How you guys doing?
You too, buddy.
We're doing great, man. So Joe's a cool guy. He's an up and comer in the Insta world, in the meta world, and coming up in TikTok as well. He loves to create barbecue and pizza content. Cooks at live events, demonstrations with Jealous Devil charcoal, which, by the way, is my favorite charcoal.
Yes, the
at
best.
Home Depots and Wild Fork Foods. I've never heard of Wild Fork. That must be a California thing. And you love cooking at food festivals, and just by coincidence, I love attending food festivals.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. We've done a few Green Egg Fest events local right here. Super
very
fun.
cool. Yeah, I just did the Ohio Egg Fest, man. It was awesome. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah, and I see that you recently went to Memphis in May. You're going to have to talk about that. But just to get us started, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about your background, your barbecue background, and let us know who Joe is.
Got it. Hey, so been 48 years old, started really getting into barbecue and cooking, I don't know, 30, but really loved cooking since I was about 12 years old and really loved recipe creation and cooking in the kitchen and watching cooking shows. And I knew at a young age already I love food. So in my 30s, married with kids, just started grilling outside and taking that love from the kitchen outdoors. And man, just fell in love on Weber kettles and cooking in the backyard. And as the years grew, just seeing what social media was about, but not really into social media, and seeing other people share their cooks and me saying, dang, I know I cook something better than that. So it's like, it started to be just sharing and pictures and, how Instagram started really, and the reels came and it was like, I like music. I love food. So how do I, and really the reels have been something I'm kind of good at, but I'm just having fun with it. I love cooking. Again, cooking for large events. Started off, first big event was a Green Egg Fest local here at a West Coast barbecue shop in Chula Vista. Real big event. I think it was 800 plus people. And we had a People's Choice Award, right? Where they come try samples and everybody gives tickets. And I think we placed fourth. They were the top three only. And we were first event. I had like 5 different recipes out there, things going, baking bread, stewing, all that on the Kamados, first time out there. And we almost placed in the top 3 and it was super fun. And I think from there on out, just again, my friends at West Coast Barbecue Shop, he did it again, roughly between 400 or 500 people. Not the same vibe, but just definitely getting a feel for cooking for large groups. It was obviously family helping when I do my large stuff, it's family. And just getting a feel of like, man, I love spreading the love of my food out to everybody. And just seeing the look on people's faces. And we started doing some food vending events and car shows and stuff like that. And selling food is really hard work. I see the people that do it. I have tons of friends that sell food. It is hard work. Like, I can see how if I needed to do it, I could do it. But man, it's some tough work. It's some backbreaking work when you're cooking, when you're shopping, when you're prepping, when you're setting up, when you're doing all. So kudos to all those guys, food vending. A lot of my friends do. It's hard work,
Yeah.
So again, just delving into other shops and going to San Diego Grill Pros and helping her out with her big barbecue events. And it really just started from there, and just social media came and then the reels, and it's like you're putting cards out there for jobs, as things started popping up. And I'm part of Jealous Devil's crew, and obviously was a Kamado Joe guy for a few years and helped out numerous brands. Really, I just got the choice to kind of pick what I want now and what I like, and going out to Memphis in May was a blast. I got invited again through social media friends and networking with different brands and cool friends like Mike from Blazing Star, just coolest guy. I've never met people that wanted to help you so much than the guys I've met now with this Instagram thing and this barbecue community. It's super cool, man.
Yeah.
So getting brought out, just getting brought out to Memphis was such a blast. And it was all from people that you wouldn't think strangers would just want to help you. And I've met some really cool guys doing this that I can call friends now, so super cool.
Yeah. It's funny. I love listening to, folks like you and Ron, Captain Ron, who was on our show last week. And then, before that, Chef Ray, is that there's a common theme running through this, and Mr. Flavoursmith, same thing. He and I have talked for hours offline, right? And it's really that same vibe. It's like, it's really cool sharing the barbecue thing with other people. Mr. Flavoursmith does that, and he also gets his family involved quite a bit, and it's just really neat how our community works, right? It's just really cool.
We get a tribe together and share common interest and create memories, through flavorful food. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That's cool. And being able to travel around like you've been able to do and do it just to general public that's got to be like really just awesome. Just in front of a Home Depot, doing a demonstration.
Yeah.
Seeing people go, whoa, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. That's really neat.
Yeah, first cookout in Memphis was me being invited by my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, and catering a dinner for the Memphis Tigers soccer team. So that was the first time I was out in Memphis. Cooked on a smoker in a thunderstorm in a city I've never been to in August when it's super hot in Memphis. And super fun. Catered the whole soccer team, fed my nephew and his teammates. And from there on, I've met friends in Memphis that have been asking me to come back. So we just competed in this last Memphis in May, again, from friends I've met from friends that it's like we all want to help each other, and just guys noticing, hey, he's really good. We should invite him, and I've made some long lasting friends just spending this 1 week with these guys this last spring. I just know that we're going to be friends forever. Super cool.
That's cool. What was it that you guys cooked there?
So in Memphis in May, it's the big event. So
right.
It's Memphis. You would think, I don't know. I've never been to the region like I've been now. And it's all about pork. So it's ribs, it's whole hog. It's not beef. It's not brisket in Memphis. It's baby backs. It's not spares. It's not Texas. So you're like, oh, whoa, I didn't know it was this in the South. And, our team was collectively a group of my friend Anwar, Robinson Smokehouse, and some new friends of mine from, we call it 901 Smokehouse now. And now we're a team, and you're competing in whole hog. We didn't do whole hog, but it's ribs is the big thing. So obviously, who won just ribs recently there? Obviously, big name. I'm forgetting. Heath Riles, right? Heath Riles won 2 years in a row. He's the guy to beat. I mean, you saw an army of guys around Heath's tent. We had this small tent towards the middle area, but just a lot of Memphis locals. And it was really, honestly, it was parties every night and slushy machines going and alcohol and bourbon. And during the day, we're cooking. And it was super fun, man. But we competed in each event.
So you set up a tent there, right, where you're doing everything. And so spectators kind of come by, just regular people, just coming and checking out everything you're doing, right?
It's not necessarily that, because you would think that, right? And they think they're there to try our food, but it's a competition within a competition. So it's like ribs, whole hog, all that. It's all laid out by days. Gotcha. And each day we're cooking for vendors that are paying for the actual event. So one day we're cooking for X company, and the second day we're catering X company. So we are cooking each day for private dinners.
Right.
And then when your event comes, because you would get people walk by and they'd be like, well, are you doing samples? And it's not that type of event. We're there just trying to recover from the night before.
That's what I'd be doing. Hey, can I have some of that? Can I have some of that? Yeah.
So mine was beef, and it was an ancillary category, but there was seafood, there was beef, there was wings, there was a guy that did chicken legs. We had our main guy, Anwar Robinson Smokehouse, did ribs. And it was cool seeing how they compete, because the judges come out to your tent, they set up an area, napkins, plates, the whole thing. he's sitting there talking points on his recipe and how he did it. And he used a stick burner. Everybody's out there using pellet. Whatever you like using is what they're using out there.
You're not set on one type of cooker.
No, not at all.
You feel comfortable with.
There were guys running Traegers. There was guys running big $30,000 offset electrics, like automatics. But our guy was actually running a stick burner with cherry wood, and not a lot of guys were running stick burners there because it was like a time crunch thing.
Sure. That's a very long process. That makes sense. So you said your thing was beef. So what did you do for beef?
So it was an ancillary category, meaning it could have been whatever you wanted. And now that I know that the guy spent tons of money on the actual beef itself, we had some Snake River Farms.
Yeah.
But I did like a Trisket style tri-tip, right? So brisket style tri-tip.
Right.
Cooked it to perfection. The night before, I kind of ruined it because I made it the day before to see what everybody thought.
Sure.
But we were using Snake River Farms the second day, and I served it over like a toasted baguette, homemade chimichurri. It was pretty good. Was it my best?
Thin slice on it?
Thin slice of baguette, toasted. Then couple thin slices of tri-tip kind of overlapping, a little bit of chimichurri over the top.
Oh man, chimichurri on
tri-tip. Little microgreens. Just I always like to put a little fancy touch on there. Yeah. But it didn't do too great.
No.
But I mean, it's fine by me because I wasn't expecting anything showing up, you know. Halfway through, I'm not gonna lie to you, halfway through is like, what am I doing here? Because like I'm a social media guy, and then across the way, they have the open fire event, and it was all my social media friends. And I stayed away from that area. I stayed with the locals. I stayed with the competition scene, and it was different, you know, because I went over and saw buddies, but didn't pull my phone out. I didn't really care. I was just there to do what we were doing, and I wanted to kind of tackle something different, get out of my comfort zone. And I wasn't there for content, so it was weird. I made a few reels about one guy's recipe from the region, one reel on just getting there and looking around. But really, when I went to the social media side, I got to say I didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
So I went back over to the guys where it's just the guys from Memphis and Arkansas that are 30 minutes away and all that. And I just felt more relaxed in myself.
Yeah.
So it was a different scene because would I do it again? Yes. Would I go over to the social media side? Probably not. And I would stay over here in the competition scene. And throughout the year, I'm doing what they're doing over here.
Yeah.
So it was a different feel.
Yeah.
It was a different feel.
So it's interesting because I've done a lot of coaching in business and I've done a lot of coaching in sports. And, you know, I would use a coaching analogy with you in that, you know, you put yourself on the line in Memphis, and if you think about the 1,000 other Joes out there that are, you know, doing social media and doing barbecue and this and that, you're like a cut above all of them because you had that experience. I don't care how you did, right? You got the experience, and that's freaking priceless, man. Because when you go back, you're going to know, you're going to have the lay of the land, you're going to understand how it works, you understand how the other teams work. It's going to be a whole different ballgame. So yeah. So
I got to say, it was something to remember forever. And I got to say, halfway through, I'm not lying to you, George and MrFlavorsmith. I was like, what am I doing here? Because I was like, my wife's not here. She's kind of like, not like she's part of the cooking, but she's part of the comfort zone, right? And then like the kids are not around. My kids are all grown. I'm by myself in Memphis. The day of and before, I'm stressing because I didn't do great. And guys were there telling me, hey, you should have did this, should have did that. And I'm like, damn, what am I even doing here, you know? And then the next day, I'm there running 2 smokers I've never touched in my life, gravity feed, charcoal smokers. In the South, they don't use wood. It's all charcoal. That's so weird. So it's like, I'm there at like 5:30 in the morning. And I asked the guys, can I get there early? Can I start the trailer? Can I start the smokers? I want to get dialed in on what I'm doing. So they're like, go ahead. I get there super early, got the smokers, meats on. I'm not filming anything. And I'm just stressed. And guy walks by and it's Tuffy Stone. Right. And I'm like, damn, like I'm really at heart a Weber guy. This is Tuffy Stone walking by. And I'm not that guy that will be like, hey, George, let's get a picture. I'm totally like, when I meet you, we're going to hang, right? But I was like, I got to say something. We go, hey, good morning, sir. And he's like, hey, how's it going? And I was like, oh, I'm just stressing over. Like, I was kind of just being me. And he gave me a little tidbit, kind of just talking about, hey, just the end result. I couldn't tell you word for word, but it was just be you. Just do you. Just do what you do. Like, don't go and overthink this. This is just, don't. And man, it was definitely calming. I didn't do great after that. But I got to say, just meeting him at that moment, and it was super early in the morning, nobody's around. It was a kind of touching moment and something I'll remember forever, you know? And just like you said, George,
So
those
cool.
little things that added up that happened there were all for a reason, and probably to go back and probably not to win it, but to place better and to walk out of there feeling a little bit more like, hey, I'm coming back again, you know, or we're going to do this again.
Yeah. And I mean, something, again, that's to me, that's really cool is that people like Tuffy Stone and other of the more popular, like Myron Mixon, the popular barbecue guys, the real OGs, right? They're very giving of their time. You know, they'll pull aside and talk to you for a minute and encourage you and things like that. Like, that's not the first Tuffy Stone story I've heard, right?
Yeah.
And that part's just really cool to me that, people that are kind of near the top or at the top of our community are still willing to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really cool to me.
I think it's when you notice somebody really cares too. I'll go back to another guy like Mike Starr, Blazing Star guy, just super cool. Since the day I met him, since the day we just networked, and he's helping me out and, hey, change this on your video and you should do this. Like, he's like, I don't do this for everybody, but man, like I like what you're doing, and you seem like you're very, super genuine. And from there, that sparked a friendship that definitely got me to Memphis, because it got me to meet my other friends, to be invited to Memphis in May, and just meeting guys like that, Tuffy, cool, Mike Starr, who I network with a lot and meet at certain events. Just the guys like that don't know you, strangers, and want to help. Super cool. The barbecue community is definitely a group of like-minded guys, but for sure they have the same quality of, like, I don't know, from where I come from, your friends wouldn't even help you out that are that close to you, you know?
That's true. So,
right.
So true. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It unites and brings everybody together of similar values. And yeah, it's really cool. It is cool. That's awesome. What a great experience. Now, I want to get back to something you said, because a lot of people like to know that, like, the tech side of things too. And you said that you were working on a gravity charcoal smoker. Was that like the Masterbuilt gravity ones?
No,
or
this was Old Country Pits, Old Country Spits or Pits, like this. I've never seen it in our region too much. I've seen their big offsets, but it was gravity feed, not electric. Just the way it worked was in the South, I thought they used wood. They loaded charcoal in the bin. They smoked away. There was a door on the bottom that you could open and put chunks to get that smoke going, or toss in between your charcoal like I would do.
Yeah.
They were like, we don't do that here.
No way.
Like, really? I was like, oh, really? I was like, dude, guys don't use wood? And they go, you can if you want. But we just use Royal Oak was what they were using.
Yeah.
And Royal Oak has a bit of a flavor already to it. To me, it does. The Jealous Devil stuff I use is very neutral. So I add the flavor I want to my barbecue.
Yeah.
The guys didn't use any. They had electric, like ThermoWorks, like fans and stuff going. So that was the crutch that we could use the fan to just adjust the temp. But still, running one of those rigs is pretty big time, because it's not your regular just fire up Weber or even a Kamado. That's totally different as well.
Wow, very cool.
So shifting gears a little bit, you said you started cooking when you were 12, right?
Yes, sir.
And you started grilling when you were around 30.
Yes,
right?
sir.
What was your first grill?
So probably because of just the nostalgic thing itself was Weber kettle.
The kettle.
My wife brought me a gas grill at the same time when we first got married. We just had our 26th year anniversary the other day. So
Congratulations.
gas grill.
Hey.
Yeah, thank you. So gas grill, but growing up, always watching my uncles and dad and everybody cooking on the Weber kettle. So, and not being able to touch it. They weren't showing me anything. I was always like, it's like, it's not like I'm now like here, I'm doing
Yeah.
cooking classes. I'm doing cooking classes at Wild Fork now. It's like, it's like now it's like, but it was a Weber kettle when I started getting going, and I was smoking the out of
I got it.
everything. White smoke was blowing across the whole neighborhood. Like I didn't know what I was doing,
Right on.
I thought if there wasn't smoke coming out of the thing, I got to keep adding wood. And it just slowly progressed into watching YouTubes and doing that, and then getting different grills. But the Weber kettle was my first true love, probably. I had gas grills as well. I have one right here right now, but don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a 30, maybe a 25-year gas grill guy. And I've told this story too many times on this podcast, but I ended up buying a little Weber kettle.
Mm-hmm.
And then a friend of mine came over and said, you got to try like a Kamado style grill, a ceramic grill.
Yep.
And so the Weber kettle for charcoal was my gateway drug, It's pellet grills for a lot of people, but for me, it was a Weber kettle. And then I went to a Kamado style grill, and eventually I got a Kamado Joe, and now I've cooked on most of the different Kamado style grills. And I love that style grill myself. I'm real partial to them.
I think all of them have their place now. I do like the ease of the Kamado and loading it up and set it and forget it type thing and just go. So that definitely gets play here. But the Weber kettle, my best brisket has come off a Weber kettle.
Yeah.
And I have every Weber product. Around the corner, I got more grills over here. But Weber 26, Weber 22, Weber 22 Performer, Smoky Mountain, Weber Griddle. I don't have the big ranch kettle thing, but I just got rid of an offset recently because I wasn't using it. It wasn't that fun. It was something like Oklahoma Joe size offset. So it wasn't so big.
Like it's just to sit there and, babysit the fire too. That's another level of dedication you really got to put into it,
And I've run friends, professional ones, these big, 100. And yeah, those are easier to use, but they're big as hell. Where are you going to put it and all that? So I could put 15 tri-tip on my Kamado Joe, Big Joe. Like that's a lot of tri-tips. So I got something for everything. I love cooking back on the Weber since the closeout of the, not doing the Kamado Joe stuff too much, content wise. I've gone back to my true love, which is the Weber kettle. So I got this cool little, like Memorial Day, the green with the little army, kind of cool. It's so freaking cool.
Has the American flag on there too, right?
Yeah.
On one side.
So here's a question for you. Have you got, and I'm asking this of everybody too, who has a Weber kettle like you do, have you looked into the Spider grill inserts for that thing?
Yes, sir, I have. They look cool. It kind of adds that same thing as the Kamado Joe connected that I have that has the automatic fan and all that. And just using the snake method the other day on a chuck roast and all that. I love just doing those old school minion method and all.
Yeah.
It's so easy and fun. So yes, I would love to have a Spider grills for sure.
So I would challenge you. Listen, MrFlavorsmith is right up the street from you. You need to go check out his setup. You could see it in person. He can walk you through it.
It's pretty awesome. The Huntsman and then just the converted, Weber 22-inch kettle with all that on there using that web.
So you have the one with the stand where it has that little kind of, it looks like it holds it like an egg almost stand.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
With the wheels and stuff.
Yeah. So
that
that's
looks
their
cool.
cart. And then that cart actually goes on the 22-inch kettle as well.
Nice.
And then they make one now for a 26-inch kettle that they just released too. And the cart's really cool. But then the Venom heat controller, that thing's awesome. For me, I've got 2 young boys, and so like taking them to school, dropping them off. So when I'm creating content, sometimes I just got to leave throughout the cook and it freaks me out. Even with the snake method, I'm like, what's going on? But to be able to have it connected to my Wi-Fi and see it on my cell phone as I'm like an hour away sometimes, I'm like, or I've even done it to where it was like, okay, I'm not going to be anywhere near home. I'm going to pause this cook. So then I completely shut it down as much as I can. No fan. I drop the temp all the way down to like 200 and it kind of pauses it while I'm gone. And then I get back closer to home and I'm like, okay, hey, I'm going to bump it back up to say 275 just to introduce that airflow in there. And it does it. Fan kicks on. And then by the time I get there, it's 250, and I'll set that for like 10 minutes and then I can kind of adjust it down to 250 and I roll back into the house with the boys and there it is. Everything's cooking away at 250. So it's for me, my lifestyle, busy life and everything, having that connectivity and the smart tech is really made just everything so much easier for me. But I do love just a regular, the zen behind just having a snake method going and kicking back and enjoying that whole process. I'm really big into that. I love kicking back in the backyard and just sucking it all up and enjoying the whole thing. So
I feel like I'm back in it. So I just the 26 kettle is probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's a beast, man. So I have the 24 Big Joe Kamado. I have the 18 connected, which has all those same features with the Wi-Fi and controlling it. And I love the ease of like when I come home, connected's full, just start it up with a button, go prep, grills to temp. So I do like that function. But right now I feel like I'm just back into my zone with the kettle stuff and just using the briquettes again. And really I haven't brought the Smoky Mountain out, but the Smoky Mountain is so fun to use. That's one of those set it and forget it vents as well. And then the pizza on the pizza oven.
I love watching your pizza content.
So we went to New York last year, got a taste of Brooklyn, got a taste of the American style pizza I like, just a New York style, big, long, hold it up.
Yeah.
Doesn't flop, got a nice hold. And I'm just bitten. When I came back, we got an oven for Christmas, and I'm now part of a Ghazni collective of cooks and chefs and stuff like that. I'm networking. We already did a private party with them, and I was a hit there. I made 2 really good pizzas that night. And the pizza oven. I don't have any dough fermenting in the fridge right now. I usually would, but the pizzas are super fun to make. I gotta say, if I was going to food vend anything, it would be pizza, not my barbecue. So
right.
It's super fun.
That segues into a couple of questions I have for you. And one has nothing to do with the other, but I'm going to ask one first and then another. First question is, how are you with beef ribs? And by beef ribs, I mean the dino ribs, not the back ribs.
I got those down perfectly.
Oh, good.
Perfectly.
That's great to hear because whenever I get out to visit you guys, you're going to make me a really good beef rib.
Yeah. I got that down. My brisket is my favorite. The brisket is the best probably that I do. But the beef ribs are right there next to it. It's not everybody's favorite here, so it doesn't always come through the rotation. But beef ribs, they're probably one of my favorite cooks for sure.
I'm determined to do a beef rib tour of everybody I know in the barbecue world that's willing to make me one. So
beef rib, braised, shredded in a California style taco.
Oh,
Insane.
there we go.
Insane.
That's my love language right there.
Then 2 beef ribs, one on the bone and one in a taco. I'm good with that.
We'll just throw the whole bone inside the tortilla right there.
On a pizza and a pizza piece folded in there. Come on, you're gonna get that.
Yeah. Okay. Second question.
Yes, sir.
If you're going to go out and grill something just for you, not for anybody else, just for you, you just want to cook yourself. So what's your cook for you? What do you like to grill?
Man, that's a hard question.
I know it is. Pick one. What's your favorite?
I cook
This is for your own enjoyment.
It would be brisket.
Okay.
If I could just, if it's just during the week type cook, then see.
No, this is Joe's bored. He thinks he might be hungry this afternoon or tomorrow, whatever. And you're like, and you just want to treat yourself to your favorite whatever. What is it?
If it's during the week, George, and we're talking just a quick cook, and hey, what does Joe want right now? It'd probably be salmon. We like grilled salmon, pan-seared salmon, chimichurri with salmon. I make a nice avocado relish you would toss on a salmon. Insane. Or brisket. If it's Saturday and it's like Joe's got all Saturday, what do you want to make, Joe? And it's like Friday night, I'm starting a brisket.
Well, I think I know the answer to the next question. The next question was, if you were going to have a dozen people over, what would you grill? What would you smoke? What's your go-to for entertaining yourself?
It would definitely be beef if I got a bunch of people coming over. If it's definitely just a bunch of friends, it's 10 to 12 friends, and we're just going to hang out, it's going to be something beef, so it's probably going to be brisket.
Brisket, I figured.
I'm probably going to do some type of taco, or it will be pizza. So it's got to be a toss up between pizza and brisket right now, because pizza is my favorite. When anybody comes over, it's like, hey, can I make you pizza? So now maybe I'm going back on pizza, not barbecue.
I think it's really your brisket pizza, man. There it is. Like, that's it. You know,
Mr. Flavorsmith, I don't know if I've ever asked you this question on the podcast. What's your favorite for having people over and I'm going to make something for everybody?
I would say, like, for me, party ribs, just because it's easy, it's quick,
Right.
it's kind of live, it's engaging. You know, if it's not that, it's going to be open fire, you know, some sort of open fire thing. So with chicken, I love doing chicken. You know, I love doing tri-tip too, open fire. I just kind of mix it all up. So, but party ribs are kind of like my go-to when it comes to that, because it's quick. I can enjoy my time with my friends and my family, and everybody ends up loving it. Now, it's not always the most tender or fall off the bone, but it's always tasty and, you know, fun to do, and everybody likes it. So
we did talk about that on a couple shows ago, and I forgot because I've been dying. I have not tried a party rib yet, and
party ribs are good.
Got to do that. Yeah, my go-to is pork butts and pulled pork tacos. That's my go-to for entrance.
I was going to say pulled pork.
Yeah, there's so much you can do with that. You know, like you were saying, turn it into tacos, turn it into a casserole, turn it into burrito. Like, you can just keep going nuts with it. So
we usually do nachos with pulled pork. So we'll set up the whole nacho bar, nacho cheese, chips, do a couple of sauces, you get some green onions and barbecue sauce going. That one's fun. That one's fun for big crowds.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to say something on the podcast, and I may be ostracized in our community. I don't eat cheese.
What?
No cheese, huh?
No cheese.
Wow.
Hey,
it's not my favorite.
So
either does my son.
So everything I have that would have cheese, like pizza, I get pizza with no cheese. I do. I know.
All sauce?
Yeah, sauce and meat and vegetables. Yeah.
So I make a tomato pie that's insane, where it's no cheese.
It's
cooking? Freaking insane. Tomato pie. But I'm a plain guy. I'll eat a burger with just meat and bun. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Cheese is not my favorite, but there's definitely a time and place for it, for sure.
Yeah. Not for me though. Don't cook me anything with cheese in it. you know when you watch,
like it.
Yeah, it's just not my jam, man. It's just not my jam. So when I see people like the two of you and a bunch of other people that I watch videos all the time about, you know, people making stuff, right? And it'll be one of those 30-second sped up videos where they're, hey, we're going to make this. And I was like, wow, that looks good. Wow, that looks even better. Man, that looks amazing. And then they put cheese on it. I'm like, shit, move on.
That's how my oldest son is, Junior Flavorsmith. He hates cheese. I'm like,
kidding. Really?
Hates it. It's crazy. Wow. But he'll eat it on pizza. He doesn't consider pizza cheese. It's just on pizza. He's good. But that's anything else, no.
Funny.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
I make it a point, like, never to lie. I hate lying. I really despise lying. But people ask me, you know, why don't you like cheese? Why don't you like cheese? So I tell them I'm allergic. I'm not, but just get off my back.
It's easier.
And you know, you're so judgy about pizza, man.
Well, good thing for you. I make a tomato pie as well. So that's no cheese on that one.
Well, you know, interesting. We went to Italy a couple years ago, and a pizza that they commonly serve is a pizza without cheese. What's the word I'm thinking of? I'm having a brain cramp. But yeah, they offer that. And when we're done with the podcast, I know I'll think of it immediately.
So I've been doing these cooks at Wild Fork Foods. So Wild Fork Foods is another kind of job I've got from, again, the social media world. And Wild Fork is a store that sells frozen meats, vegetables, sides. So I do all their food demonstrations local here in town. And now we're doing cooking classes in front of the store. So now I got 10 to 15 people, and we're doing like a little searing a tri-tip or showing them how to cut against the grain. And it's just been in the last few weeks, but it's actually been working out all right.
That's nice. A lot of fun. Yeah. Are you capturing that and turning that into content too?
I haven't yet. The store managers are, but there's 2 stores local in town that I'm doing right now. And I think I'm just so having fun with it. I should
Yeah.
set up a tripod or something so you can get because there are people that just want to ask tons of questions about barbecue and cooking, you know. And now we've incorporated it into the actual food service itself. So it's like a 12 to 2, so it's a 2-hour food demo, and during the demo, like a 15-minute class during each hour. So it's actually been working out all right. It's been working out all right. Meeting a lot of people, and then just, you know, what do you grill on, and what do you often get that? How long do I cook this? And I can't tell you how long it takes, but I tell you what temperature you need to hit.
And the company that you're doing that with, in the store, it's always one location, correct?
So Wild Fork, we have 2 in San Diego. So they're really nationwide. They're a little everywhere now. So when you walk in, everything's just flash frozen. Brisket, chicken, fish, gator. They have a little of everything depending on the region you're in. But it's a really cool. This is raw frozen meat.
Gotcha.
And it's flash frozen at like a high peak quality. So when you get their prime picanha and their prime brisket, it's good stuff. It's just flash frozen. Dates are good. They're not old.
Very cool.
Store is it's a cool concept. So if you ever see a Wild Fork in your neighborhoods or you're through somewhere, go walk by, check it out. I'm everywhere that we're doing it so far is a hit. When I do these food demonstrations, they're getting like, you know, a touch of my flair on the barbecue. And I'm able to make, like, one day we're making Chilean sea bass with a white wine butter sauce. The next day we're making tacos, you know? So I mix up the recipes with the guys. Super fun. Really fun.
That's cool.
Nice. So how many grills do you have at the moment?
1, 2, 3, 4. One. We're gonna count the pizza as a grill, right?
Sure. Yeah.
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wow.
The Argentine grill. So there's like 11.
So you have 11 grills. Of those 11, how many are do-all grills? Like the Kamado Joe, you can do everything on the Joe, right? You can do everything on a Weber, right? How many of the grills that you have are do-alls?
I feel like they all are. The Smoky Mountain is really just a smoker. It's hard to kind of do like hot cooks on it. But no, the 26 is a do-it-all. The pizza oven is a do-it-all. We have a gas grill, a Coyote right here. I don't use the gas grill. But I just got this Argentine-style grill in recently from ProCam. And it's super fun. If I could cook on one any night right now, it's the Weber kettle. But really, you'll see, guys, in the next post this during the week, I'll show it some more. I would love to just cook on the Argentine grill every day. It's so freaking fun, that style of cooking, because you can go fast, so we can make a big bed of fire and then just lower the crank down and cook quick, or we can do low and slow. And I haven't had time to do a real low and slow on it. So I feel like they all do it all. I don't know if I can do a brisket on the Argentine grill, but I could definitely do a big hunk of meat like we're seeing all these guys doing with the hooks and all that. And the Argentine grill is brand new. So that one's...
Well, there it is. You're going to have to do a brisket on that now. You're going to have to make it happen.
That's, you're going to have to buy a cheap one. I have to buy a cheap one to make sure I don't mess it up. But I usually don't mess up a brisket. The Kamado Joe thing was fun for a bit. But I think they're all do-it-alls. But the Weber's got to be my favorite for sure.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of your videos, especially since you came on board. I'm like, I got to check this guy out. And I was thinking, I was glad you came on board as one of our brand ambassadors, right, for VGas, because all the different things that you were showing, I'm like, surely he's going to be able to fill this thing up. And literally every time I see a video of yours, you know, you're prepping on it, you're doing something on it. So you're getting some mileage out of it.
The final touch is always on it. I like to show everybody what it looks like. I do have some stuff cut up from me showing what's in my VGas, but that video, I keep going back and forth to it. It's like, the editing part, the shitty part.
For the viewers and everything, what type of stuff are you putting in your vertical grill accessory storage system?
So right now I got all the grates. I'd have to move everything right now, but right now I have all the grates for the Kamado. I have my Kamado Joe rotisserie fits in there really good. I got a bag of charcoal in there right now. I always keep one in there at a time, you know. Depending if it's raining, I got to cover it. I have a covered awning right here, but I just trust safe on covering that one if I feel like the weather's going to get bad. Same thing with the Argentine style, but I got all those tools in there, lighter, wood. It's all like set in it right, you know? I think it's super cool because you don't really, when I could show you another table I have here just because I've been getting stuff and it's all just thrown on it right now.
I have one of those.
I hate that look, you know.
I never touch it anymore.
And then now this has them all like, where's the 14-inch sear plate? Oh, it's in here. Where's the Kamado Joe motor? It's right here. You know what I mean? So it's super cool that you keep everything right in the V-gas itself. But no, it's got everything. The 2 Weber grates I probably got to pull out and stick in, but I got room for sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I put my 26-inch kettle stuff underneath. You know, that I have like this.
Oh,
big
on the
pile
bottom rack, because it won't fit on the top rack. Yeah,
and it doesn't necessarily fit in there. Yeah, it works really good for that. So
I didn't think of that.
Got like 3 grill grates under there for the 26.
So it's one of those things where I do take care of my stuff. You know, our car, our house, this, that. We got the grills, the Webers are all shined up. Like I truly appreciate all this stuff. You know, because I'm getting to be able to like share what I like doing, a love of it. Now I get paid to do that. And then I still get to show the things I really love to do and like using. It's truly a blessing for sure.
Yeah. Agree with that. Nice cup.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll share you some of my my coffee with Mr. Flavorsmith recipes.
My wife's favorite coffee cup for the week too. So it gets a lot of play.
Does she have her own? I forget.
No, she shares this one with me. So yeah.
We'll have to get you another one.
Yeah. Yep. Send it my way. I'll use it.
So, you know, you sent me a little bio of yourself, and there's one thing that you said that I thought was really cool. You said, cooking isn't just what I do, it's who I am. Constantly thinking about the next recipe, the next flavor combo, or the next cook. And I think that probably resonates with Mr. Flavorsmith a lot.
Absolutely. Yep. Always. It's always on your mind. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Always thinking of the next meal. It's not satisfied. I guess for me, it's like I'm on to the next one. And I'm thinking about it. And when we're sitting on the couch and everybody's full, I'm like, I wonder if this lime would be good on this next salad. My wife's like, why are you talking about food? We just had dinner. And it's like, I'm nonstop. I just love it. And like I said, it's really just my life now, you know, right? I recently started running. I feel like the cooking is a little bit of a superpower. It's like being honest. I'm super uber confident about it. No matter where we go, what we do, no matter how many people, the same recipe of the shrimp covered crab flavor, I'll serve it to X amount of people. And now the running, I've been incorporating back something I used to love doing, half marathon running. And again, you get that next level of you feel invincible, you know, like I feel like I got that thing that not everybody else can do, you know? So yeah, the cooking is super fun, man. It's totally my life. It's you could ask anybody here, my wife, everybody. It's all I think about.
The running, I saw that you started doing running and everything. And I was like, well, you kind of have to, because he's doing a lot of pizza content. I'm like,
I scaled back on that for sure,
man.
I've scaled back on that for sure, but I, definitely gained a few pounds, just not doing much the last year and a half, and I'd always kind of kept track of it, and went back to something. It's a torturous thing to do. Running, it's freaking torturous when you're out there for 2 hours and it's 7-8 miles or 10 miles. It's torturous, but it's something I need for mental and for myself, and again for that feeling of just. I know I can do something that not everybody else can do, along with the cooking, you know? So it definitely goes hand in hand. I'm trying to get the runs in early morning right now. So before she gets up, or when she goes to bed late night, I put on a headlamp and I head out. So it's definitely incorporated back. I was doing half marathons for like 3-4 years and just tapered off. And it's not something I want to go back to half marathons, but just going back to having that feeling of
being strong and being fit and unbeatable.
Yeah, and that's why when you see those little guys, even I gotta use the reference because it's true. Like those little boxers, like those little guys, like a Floyd Mayweather, like invincible. because he probably is,
He
The
is.
guy's running 14, 15 miles a day, training hard, this, that. He probably
Totally.
could kick anybody's butt. So you have that
Yeah.
feeling of like, if something
Yeah.
happens, I'm
Yeah.
ready,
Yeah,
So
I like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I started running at 4:00 in the morning, 10Ks every morning, and I could never finish because the alarm went off when I woke up.
That's my
I knew
worst
you were
enemy is the
spinning around in
alarm. That's our worst enemy is the alarm for sure. Yeah, but it's definitely it gives me that same feeling as the cooking. So
Yeah.
therefore
That's
it's gonna be incorporated back again. So
Yeah, good
some
for you, man.
good example for the kids as well.
Right, for sure.
So I'm guessing you live near Chula Vista.
'Cause we're the southernmost county in San Diego County or city in the county.
Right.
So Chula Vista is probably the largest city or in the county itself. It's very big. We got a new waterfront. They're building a new stadium, hopefully right here, trying to lure some kind of team. They have the what's the big hotel that they have everywhere? Anyways, it's really grown. It's super nice, but yeah, it's home right now for sure.
And year-round barbecuing, you really
And
can't.
year-round barbecuing. It gets warm right about now. There's some warm evenings. So
There you go.
other than
There you
that, the weather gets a little warm in the winter, but it doesn't get cold really. It's down here. If you're up in Temecula area or up north, like that's going to get a little colder than down here for sure.
Right now I'm in Tehachapi area where I store my big old giant barbecue, the trailer.
Where's that up in north?
Near Bakersfield? Yeah. Near
Okay.
Bakersfield?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just
Mainly
and then inland more,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Yeah. But it's a nice area. I mean, I was grilling last night right here on a Weber.
I saw that on the
22
Weber. I saw that.
Yeah, and there's deer everywhere around me. They
cool.
they come in every evening.
They come right up to you guys?
Right up to us. Like right around here where the trailer's at and everything. They're just everywhere. They're not even scared of us at all. And every time they get the smoker going, they're like, "Hey, is that one of my cousins or or am I okay to come over here?" But they come up, so they like barbecue, I guess.
Nice. George, where do you live?
So I'm in Atlanta.
Okay.
So we get 10 solid months of grilling season, and I mean, I for me it's year round because I'm well insulated, as you can tell. And
but I've heard the weather is really good there year round. It is, right?
Yeah, I mean, not like California because our heat, it ain't dry heat.
Yeah, it's the humidity. Yeah,
it's 91 and 100, like 91 degrees and 100% humidity.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's soupy.
We'll only get that day like maybe a handful of times in San Diego. It'll get humid on a few tropical little storms, but for the most part, it's just a dry heat. Yeah, I can live with that.
If the air goes out here, we're dead. Dead. So, if you're ever passing through Atlanta, look me up.
For sure.
So you won't have to get a hotel. We have plenty of rooms here in the house.
Right.
And
nice.
You come stay with us.
Right on. Thanks, George. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Last thing before we hang up is what do you got coming up? What sort of events do you have coming up?
I feel like if anything, I'll work on the content a little bit more this year, quality wise, and just the look of it. So to me, that's probably going to be my main goal. But besides working at these stores.
Yeah. By the way, I have such tremendous respect for guys like you and guys like MrFlavorsmith because, to me, it's the two-headed monster. You're both producing a lot of really, really good content, but you're also really, really big on cooking a lot of different things. And to me, that's like two big buckets of work. That's not work for you guys, right? It's a passion for you, and that's so cool. I'm just a backyard guy. I'm just a backyard guy that's trying to get this, this vegas business going. I love being around the community, but I just have tremendous respect for how much effort and work you guys. You talked about editing, and that's what triggered that little thought in my head. Because just doing this podcast it's like enormous.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, MrFlavorsmith is like, he's probably getting really sick of coaching me on, no, here's how you upload to YouTube. No, here's how you do a short. And here's this and here. And it's just like, oh my God, I never realized it was that involved, So
I love people in the barbecue world. Yeah.
Props to you guys, man. You guys are phenomenal. And again, all the influence that we have on our brand ambassador staff and just in our community that I've met and the work they put into this thing. The bunch of them I met at the Ohio Egg Fest, just incredible people and generous. Yeah.
Well, let's get on to where can everybody find you, Joe? Like, what? Give us, what are you on? What are you doing with that? If everybody wants to see more of your content, where do we go?
So it is probably more Instagram, Facebook right now. The TikTok page, I guess I'd let it take a back seat right now because it's going to be the Barragan SD, either Facebook or Instagram is the big one. And really, it's Instagram that you're going to see most of my stuff and where I network the best and where we're kind of getting the feel of what my cooking is and who I am is going to be on there.
Instagram is what?
Barragan's SD. So Barragan's SD. Yeah.
What's the SD?
So that's San Diego.
Oh,
so you got to stay there forever. Yeah.
Pretty much. I guess if I move to the South, it's going to be Barragan's Tennessee or something.
Yeah. I'm like, what does SD stand for? I've been racking my brain for 2 months on that. It's like,
so I'm in Chula Vista, but born in San Diego and raised, feel like I'm from San Diego. I live here now, and the neighborhood I'm now raising my kids in and now living, I've just grew up 20-something, 6 years, So San Diego.
Yeah, dude, I could have figured that out.
My daughter made this logo a few years ago in high school. She's an artist.
Right.
So I ran with it and just it's really my wife's hand and my hand kind of showing some food together.
Nice.
So she's a little part of it, even though she's not part of it, she is part of it. And believe it or not, a lot of the inspiration is her as well. So she's the only one really around. We've raised all our kids. 2 of our boys live here. Our 2 daughters have moved out, and it's it's at that end of that next chapter, 26 years marriage. So it is really her as being a huge inspiration to the cooking as well. So she's my help.
I was gonna say, and the wives, I mean, without our wives, we wouldn't be able to do all this. It's
for sure.
We have to have their approval for this because we spend so much time doing this.
It's a lot of time. Yeah, it's a lot of time. Again, it's got the relationships, the jobs, the friendships. It's been fun. It's pretty fun. And I was super against all social media. I didn't like anything. I really didn't. Coming from I don't like anything. And had a buddy doing this, Ed Black Smoke, just said, "Hey man, show your stuff. Just show it. Don't care what anybody thinks." Yeah. And I think once you drop that, I don't really care what anybody thinks because I'm pretty confident about this. It just gets a little easier, for me. Yeah. So it's easy to say that. We all hear that, right? Very cliche that just don't worry about what people think, but it's a huge deal, once you don't care. Same thing with all the cooking I do, wherever I go. I don't really care if anybody likes it. I like it. So the reel gets 80 likes or 180. I like it. Right. I didn't care if so-and-so didn't like the song or you didn't like I play Zach Bryan every other song. It's sorry. Or I mixed in this or I didn't make why did you? It's I liked it.
I get that too. I'll throw music on my stuff and it'll be, an hour-long video and I'll have 7 different songs on there and people are like, the music's too loud. I'm like, all right, well then you're too old. Keep moving on. I like it.
I've been playing just stuff I like lately. We just saw Zach Bryan in concert Friday here in San Diego and it's something me and my wife love.
That's
we
cool.
love his music and I try to incorporate it as much as I can because I probably would do Zach Bryan on every dang song if I could, but I got to mix it up and throw different stuff in there and mix up the food and mix up the music. It's part of that real thing. So
yeah, that's cool. Very cool.
Well, guys, I had a blast. We're going to wrap this up.
Super fun.
Joe, really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks, George.
You're making some amazing looking, flavoricious content. I drool every time I look at it.
Thanks, man.
And I always show my wife too. I'm like, look at what Joe's doing, man. That's how you do pizza.
It's real stuff, dude. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, just want to thank you guys both for coming on. If you really enjoyed this podcast, please like us and subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. Thank you guys both for coming on. I had a great time. I hope you did too. Met another awesome person in the community.
There you go. Absolutely.
Thanks, George. Appreciate you guys.
All right. See you on the next one, everybody.